In this series, we are looking at 3,000 of the most used words in English. Research shows that if you know 3,000 words in English, you can pretty much say everything you need to say. Terrible. Terrible can mean a lot of things. It's always negative. But this person maybe was a terrible ruler. That means that people were afraid of him or something. It's terrible and powerful, strong. This person just saw something terrible and it makes them afraid. And this person, this is terrible. It's a terrible picture. Okay. What's an opposite to terrible? Maybe comfortable. We use terrible with a lot of different collocations. Terrible accident. There was a terrible accident on the highway involving multiple vehicles. That means very bad accident. Terrible mistake. It was a terrible mistake to trust him with such an important task. It was terrible because he really messed up, and now the consequences are big. Terrible news. They received terrible news about the sudden passing of their dear friend. So that could be sad news, but sad news is not as bad as terrible news. Terrible weather. The picnic was canceled due to the terrible weather forecast predicting heavy rain. Terrible weather. Terrible pain. She was in terrible pain after twisting her ankle during the basketball game. That means it hurt a lot, maybe a 10 on the pain scale. Terrible experience. Losing her luggage on a trip was a terrible experience she never wanted to repeat. Terrible experience. Terrible condition. The old house was in a terrible condition and needed extensive renovations. You can also say it was in bad condition, but terrible is worse than bad. Terrible smell. There was a terrible smell coming from the kitchen, which turned out to be burnt popcorn. Burnt popcorn does smell terrible. Terrible headache. He had a terrible headache after staying up all night studying for the exam. He probably didn't do well on the exam because of the terrible headache. Terrible outcome. The negotiation ended in a terrible outcome for both parties, failing to reach a compromise. I hope you enjoyed this word. If you did, please like and subscribe to see all of the words as they come out daily. And I will see you in the next vocabulary lesson. Bye-bye.